Indie Case Files is a production of Inked Geek Studios. Get this and other great shows at inkgeekstudios.com. To help support Indie Case Files and Inked Geek Studios, go to patreon.com/IG Studios. As little as $1 a month can help this show and other great content. Thank you very much. Even in the corporate world of AAA video game development, some developers wish to keep the love and passion for gaming alive. What follows is a sea of games designed and published by small studio developers. Some bad, some good. We'll help you decide. This is Indie Case Files, and these are their games.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Indie Case Files. This is episode 5, and I am your host, Amy Frost. I am joined, as always, by the other host, Nate Ward. Nate, how are you?
I'm good. That's going to be my new thing now, is I'm going to make funny faces to try and fuck your intros up.
No, it's not good.
I'm good. We're a week late, but that's fine.
Yes, this was supposed to be our super spooky day before Halloween episode, and then the scariest thing possible happened to you in the
I lost
a
the
nor'easter
internet.
came through and you lost power and internet. You didn't have internet for
the thing is like
36
power was
hours.
like later that day. Like, so the power went out at like 4:30 in the morning, and it was back at like 3. So like that wasn't horrible, but then my internet wasn't back until like Wednesday, and I'm like, motherfucker.
I thought it was Tuesday.
Was it Tuesday? I thought it was Wednesday.
Yeah, it was like
it felt
Tuesday.
like a month.
Of course it did. Because it was the scariest thing that could possibly happen.
However, it did help me discover something new and cool, and something that, I mean, I could have pieced it together, but I never had to before. So I can make my phone a personal hotspot. Obviously, like that's nothing new. Most people who have smartphones know you can do that.
Right.
But I then connected my Apple TV to my phone and was able to stream shit. So it wasn't that bad.
All right.
I also was able
to. It through. I mean,
yeah. So PSA for people, you can connect your streaming devices to your cell phones. Also, this is something I did figure out because, again, never had to do it. You, at least with iPhones, and I'm sure you probably can with Androids too, you can USB your phone as though you were charging it on your computer. You can USB your phone to your computer and give your computer internet with your cellular network.
Yeah, I'm never that desperate.
Yeah. So, and you know, I mean, I probably wouldn't recommend it if you don't have unlimited. but yeah. So, I mean, I found means to connect, but like, I mean, Destiny 2 is kind of the big game right now for AAA titles, and I looked up online like how much data it uses, and it uses an average of 1 gig an hour. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna play that over my LTE.
No. You could wait 36 hours.
It was painful.
I don't know how you made it.
I had to work, so that wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
So, but alas, everything fixed itself. Eventually, yeah. But no, it has been a huge few weeks. So yeah. So hopefully everybody had a fun and safe Halloween.
Yeah. But we've still got spooky games to talk about.
We do. Well, you have a spooky game to talk about. It's funny how
that was the whole thing, right? So we set out. We both played different games because you said, no, I want to play a horror game. I want to play a really scary game, and you don't like scary games, so I'm going to play a scary game, and you can play whatever you want. And I said, fine. You play whatever scary game you want, and I'll find something. It's good. No, so I can't wait to actually hear about this game because I mean I watched you stream it for a while, but it's
well.
Not,
so let's back up a little bit. So October was a huge month for both of us.
Yes.
So it was huge for me because it was like 2 or 3 AAA games a week. Like it was ridiculous. We got Destiny 2, we got Assassin's Creed Origins. We got Castle Wolfenstein, the sequel to the one that came out a couple of years ago. And then Call of Duty came out like a week later. It was huge. And we got Need for Speed dropping tomorrow. We've got Battlefront 2 dropping a week from tomorrow. Like it's a huge, like 4 to 6 week span for games, right? Yeah. Like it's gaming season. So I unlike a responsible podcast host,
Yes.
got lost in the treads. And then, there was and then there was the new iPhone. Like, there was a lot of shit that happened, right? So, like, time was consumed. So I ended up, and we both, and then you had like a bunch of orders go through. You had things you had to plan for. You've got a convention coming up. So we both kind of got to the point where it was like the weekend before the show, and we were like, neither of us had touched our game.
It's true.
I don't even think we had even really confirmed that we had picked one yet.
You hadn't. I
No,
had, because
okay.
I let our listeners vote.
Because you're a
on what I
nicer
was going
host
to
than
play.
I.
I am good at this. I podcast like a pro.
So I hadn't even picked a game yet. So I had heard of this game a while back. A couple other podcasts I listened to talk about it, and I like rhythm games and I like roguelike games. So I'm like, you know what? It's on sale. It's like 50% off. I think it was like 80% off actually. So I'm like, I'm just gonna play this because it ended up being like the weekend before we were supposed to do the show, before the known power outage.
Yes.
And I needed something that I was going to be able to play enough to talk about, and something that wouldn't have a lot of depth. So I really couldn't go with my original plan of, all right, let's get let's get involved in a game that's scary. I didn't have the time to commit, unfortunately, but I wanted to do something that was still Halloween themed.
Right.
So I went with Crypt of the Necrodancer, which is the silliest thing ever.
It sounds so much more impressive and serious.
Look at this. We are 5 minutes in, and I'm already getting lip from JF in the chat room. iPhone X release probably relates roughly to the same as birth of first child. You're not completely...
He does actually... This is a fact. Nate does actually tell his kids' ages based on what electronics he owned when they were born.
I do.
This is a fact. I've heard him do.
Like, I know that... Well, electronics and video games. Like, I know that the Cataclysm expansion for WoW came out right before Lizzie was born.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I know.
Like, I know
I've heard
these,
you do it.
I know these things. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then like Xavier was born the same year that I went to BlizzCon. So
that's different. That's an event.
It's still geeky. Well, so it's the iPhone 10 coming out as an event.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Anyway, but no, like it. It kind of was. Like, I mean, you could equate to like me, like hanging out. But hold on a second. Your favorite expansion's Cataclysm? What is wrong with you? This is a conversation. We are talking about this on.
This is an imaginary conversation. He knows the right answer.
We're talking about this on Mind of a Geek the day after Thanksgiving, because if you,
he knows what expansion is the best expansion. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah, no expansion. Vanilla, which we are getting.
No, vanilla is terrible, and he is correct, and that Wrath is the best expansion.
Yeah,
yes,
they shouldn't have killed Arthas so soon. And DKs are for scrubs. They're still for scrubs.
There, warlocks are. It's fine.
Paladins.
You want to talk about your game or not?
Yeah. So anyway, I played Crypt of the Necrodancer. It is a roguelike. If you don't know what roguelike is, let me remove the rock you've been under. So roguelikes are. I need to not look at chat because JF's just going to distract me the whole episode. So roguelikes are they're platformers. Like Rogue Legacy. So the best way that I can give an example of a roguelike to somebody who doesn't know what it is at all is think of like a Super Ghosts and Goblins, but every time you play, when you you're meant to die, it's meant to be difficult, but when you die and start over, it's a very quick turnaround, and some of your progression is saved. Upgrades, experience, gems, whatever the currency or experience, whatever it might be. So you're constantly evolving. Maps and levels are randomized every time. Monsters are randomized every time. So, and why it's called the roguelike, I don't know. I don't know if maybe Rogue Legacy was the first one, so they call it a roguelike. Like, but I mean, roguelike is a category on Steam.
Right.
So I don't know what the origin is. So anyway, so Crypt of the Necrodancer, it's a rhythm-based game. So it's got some really cool EDM that plays while you're playing, and you go through, and basically how it sets up, it's very 8-bit, very old school. Maybe it's like somewhere in the wall between like 8 and 16, but whatever. So you have your map, right? And across the bottom, you have a beating heart, and you have notes that come, well, not really notes, but they're lines that come in. from left and right, and they meet in the middle. And what you have to do is you have to hit your action key when they meet in the middle.
Okay.
So if you don't move, and you get a fault or whatever, like you lose your combo meter, things like that. What else is going on there is that it's how do I want to phrase this? Okay, so you have all your different monsters, right? You have skeletons, you have like oozes, you have dragons, you have minotaurs. There's a whole bunch of different things.
Right.
Each one of them has their own rhythm pattern. For example, a green ooze will sit still. So you could just walk up to him and hit him. Whereas a blue ooze will like bounce in the same spot twice and then move a square and then bounce twice and then move back and go back and forth. Skeletons will step, stand still, put their hands in the air, and then move. So like it's a three rhythm rotation. So you have to kind of learn how things go. And there's like gargoyles that are invisible and impossible to hit until you get right up on them. Then you have to turn around and then they become active. So there's all these different patterns. And I only got like 3 levels in. Like 3 or 4 levels in was the highest I got. You end up getting to this like little hidden level, or maybe I got to 5 because I think heavy metal was the 5th level and I never beat heavy metal. So you go in and it's a very fast paced song and there's a big boss that you have to fight. So the songs change every level. There's different rhythm patterns. They get faster and harder as you go, like a rhythm game. Right. And you have to go through and unlock things. You get coins, you get diamonds. Diamonds are permanent unlocks. Coins are unlocks for your next game. It has local co-op. It has challenge modes. The bosses are very interesting in that they have very unique rhythm patterns, and it basically becomes a rhythm puzzler. So I don't know, it was a lot of fun, and it definitely kept me going. The music, I like EDM, so the music was very catchy. The other thing that you can do is you can go in and you can upload your own custom songs.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, the only thing with that is it's almost like using a mod in any other game, like custom songs disable achievements. I'm kind of an achievement whore, so I don't like doing things that disable achievements.
Right.
So, but yeah, you can, and you upload them. It says it takes like 1 to 3 minutes based off of the length of the song, and it will basically map out a beat chart for the song, and you can play the level with your song.
Oh, that's cool.
So, and there's kind of I don't think there's a penalty for it, but if the song ends while you're still exploring the level, you just drop to the next level automatically. So you have to explore your level, and do it efficiently to the point where you like time it close to ending the song. So, but it's a lot of fun. It's challenging as hell. So for some specific details here, it was released April 23rd of 2015. So it's been around for a little while. It was developed and published by Brace Yourself Games and Klei, Klei, Klei Entertainment. And it's got great ratings. I mean, overall reviews was it's 9,500 reviews on Steam, and it's overwhelmingly positive. Recent reviews, the last 200 are very positive. There's a bunch of different things you can do. There's a Necrodancer Ultimate Pack, which comes with a bunch of other songs. There's Necrodancer versus Dangarangapa, which is a bundle you can get. I assume it's another rhythm game.
Yeah.
There's the Amplified Pack, which comes with additional levels and more songs. But yeah, I mean, it's a lot of fun. It's got, again, great reviews. You can use keyboard controller, and then what I just found out right before the show, you can use a USB dance pad.
Which is amazing.
Yeah, so that's definitely cool.
You pull your DDR pad out of your closet, where it's been for ever since the 90s, and you'll be all set.
So, where is I don't know where it went. I'm losing things. Oh, there we go. All right. But yeah, no, it's great. Like I said, I got it on sale. Full price of the game is $15. I don't know if it's worth $15.
Yeah.
Like you know, we've got the winter sale coming up. I'm sure it'll be on sale. Then we've got,
that was the best part. The Halloween sale dropped, and I got an email saying that like 28 items on my Steam wish list are on sale, and I was like, oh, that's gonna be a problem. Oh boy.
Right. But yeah, so I would recommend picking it up when it's on sale. I wouldn't recommend paying full price. Because again, I don't think it's worth $15.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's fun, and yeah, grab it when it's on sale for sure, because it's definitely a time consumer. It'll kill time for sure. I'm amazed, being that it came out in April of 2015. I'm
Yeah.
amazed there is not a mobile version of this game yet,
Yeah, it
especially
seems kind of.
with the fact that you can use custom music,
Yep.
and all you have to do, I mean, touch controls are very simple, because I
Yep.
mean, it definitely translate well to touch. If they did this and like integrated with like Spotify or Apple Music or something like that, where you could use the custom songs,
Mhm.
it yeah, I mean, they could do a lot with this with mobile.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a shame that you don't see it there. But
Mm.
yeah, I mean, it's a lot of fun. What about
Awesome.
you? How was your game?
So I wanted something that was like very Halloweeny and definitely like on theme, but without being like too scary. Because like I don't do jump scares. I don't do like really seriously scary stuff. But I don't hate like horror themes. Like I'm not. It's just it's mostly jump scares that I do not do at all, and that's sort of most of the that's the easy go to for video games, right?
Right.
So I had put up two options for our listeners to vote on, and they wound up picking Little Nightmares, which I'm actually really psyched about. So Little Nightmares is put out. It was developed by Tarsier Studios, and they're you'll most know them for they did Little Big Planet,
Okay.
and this definitely at the very least has that aesthetic to it. So I had not expected you to like dive into this game quite so quickly. You are there's just like a black screen and there's this vision of a like white spirit just sort of floating in front of this, and it kind of goes in and out of focus, and it turns around and looks at you and you wake up. You are in this room. You wake up in basically a suitcase, and you're this little girl. It's not particularly easy to tell it's a little girl. It's only Wikipedia that told me that it is a little girl named Six. And she's wearing a raincoat with a hood. You can't really see her face, and no shoes. And that's it. Like you're just there. Like you wake up and you're in it. So it's very much one of those like they call it a puzzle platformer, which is what it is. There's a lot of like both solving puzzles and like the platformer, jumping from here to there sort of thing. And it also has that real like escape room vibe that's really popular right now. And so you're just sort of going along for a while, and it's all like pretty chill. Like there's nothing, like I said, there's no jump scares or anything like that. But you're kind of climbing through holes and stuff, and it's only when you kind of get stuck that little pop-up hints will show up telling you how to use abilities. Like they're all pretty standard for like I was using a controller, and so it's all pretty like you can kind of figure out how to do stuff. Jump is always jump for the
Right.
most part.
I absolutely love the look of the game.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's like the art, the style, just like the whole game motif is
So that's part of what makes it so creepy, right? Because it's pretty and kind of cute. And even the monsters that eventually show up are really cute. But like, so you're going through these rooms and you're walking around and you're trying to find like you're trying to get through a room. And so there's one room that you go into and you can't reach. You're also chasing little gnomes that have little cones on their heads. And that's an achievement to get
like
all
this
of those.
this particular screenshot here I'm showing right now, where like you're walking, but like the hands are chasing you.
Yeah, so there's all these like really long-armed creatures that come after you. So you're walking along and you can't reach the doorknob, so you have to go to the middle of the room and grab a chair and drag it over so that you can climb up and open the doorknob. The thing is there's like a body hanging, like someone has clearly used this chair to hang themselves, and it's like the third room you walk through, and it's super creepy. There's no dialogue, there's no soundtrack, there's just ambient noise, which is scary as hell.
There's a movie that did that too. I forget what it was, but there was a movie that came out that had no soundtrack at all, no score. It was just
there's no dialogue.
Yeah.
Like you're just this little girl walking through this place, and you're not even like, I wouldn't have necessarily even been able to, like, it's only going back and reading the plot,
Right.
that I at least get like names and things like that. But even then, like, none of it's important. Like you're there and you just need to keep going.
Right.
It's crazy. Oh, it's so good.
I'm gonna have to try it.
You absolutely are. I think you will really love it. It just came out this year. It came out at the end of April. And then there's DLC that basically, I haven't had a chance to play through it yet, but from what I'm understanding is it's basically the same story, but from different perspectives.
Oh, interesting.
The current one that's out is, it involves the kid. So it's the same place and things like not the same puzzles or same room and stuff, but it's that same place. They call it the Maw.
So it looks like now it's interesting because you said there's no soundtrack, right?
Right.
But one of the things that you can buy is the Little Nightmares original soundtrack.
Yeah, well, maybe it may like. All right, so I guess there is, but it's super subtle. Like it's not.
I wonder if
more ambient.
the
It's
sound.
not like,
I was gonna say, I wonder if the soundtrack is the ambient noise. I wonder if the official soundtrack is kind of like one of those like very similar to like maybe like a Halloween noises disc.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because the complete one comes with like extra characters and the first DLC. There are two others. There are two others coming that have not been released yet.
Looks like The Hideaway just recently got released.
Okay, so that just came out since I bought it.
November, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it looks like there's one that has yet to be named coming in January.
Yes. So yeah, it's super awesome. And it's like none of the puzzles are like the puzzles are just hard enough, I think. I mean, I'm a puzzle gamer, so maybe I have a little bit of that advantage, but because it is a puzzle platformer, I think there's a lot of it, like it's all pretty clear. And all the controls are really simple too, which is one of those things that like I think some puzzle games have a problem with, you know what I mean? Like they just make it overly complex. So if you want to like, there's basically one button to interact with anything.
Did you take a look at like the extra, like, I don't know if this adds. So there are two things you can get. They're $1 a piece.
Yes.
One of them is the upside down teapot. And the other one's a scarecrow sack.
Both of them, but I have no idea what they do. I was just playing, like I wanted to play through the base game first.
Right.
I think it just puts it, like, I think it's just a skin. In the same way that like Little Big Planet sold you all those different sack boys that you could have.
Definitely.
Because that is the other one. The other one is a scarecrow sack.
Right.
So it basically changes
you
the
almost
little girl's,
become
like,
sack boy, yeah.
To be almost like a sack boy.
The description for the sack is, the maw is filled with awful things hiding in the shadows and around every corner. Wear this twisted old scarecrow sack. It might not frighten away the monsters, but at least you won't see them.
It's so good.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pick this up. Now, did you pick? So, do you have the complete thing, or did you just?
I do.
Okay,
I do. So the only thing I don't have that newest DLC that just was released days ago.
Right.
But I do have the first one so far.
Okay. Okay, so you didn't buy the pass.
No.
Okay.
They didn't have a pass when I bought it.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like the reviews on it are extremely positive.
So it's funny because when like you look at the Wikipedia reviews, you know, they've got like the list of scores, and they're all very much like they're all between like 8 and 9. You know what I mean? Depending on what scale you're going on. And then there's one that's like a 4. And it's just like, you're like, I don't understand exactly how that worked out, but okay, buddy. Sorry you didn't like it.
You know, there's always that one guy.
This review that I read, it really this is a pretty good explanation of the kind of horror that it is. It says Little Nightmares is frightening in a way that gets under your skin, a way that whispers in your ear that you won't sleep well tonight. Little Nightmares takes things you were afraid of when you were a kid and reminds you you're still afraid now, which is exactly what it is. Like everything is sort of distorted. Everything is disproportionate in that way that like shadows on the wall always look wrong. And,
I just saw it.
you know,
So
like the coat rack looks weird, you know.
Right. I've got the audio-less trailer playing on the other screen here. And like there was a scene where like she was swinging from, it's a girl, right?
Yep.
She was swinging from like the handle of a giant meat grinder.
Yep.
Like,
oh yeah, that's absolutely a thing.
Yeah.
And like a lot of the sections, it's like not a like there'll be creepy stuff happening and you know sometimes you'll have to time stuff with spotlights and things like that, but then sometimes like something is chasing you and you just need to go.
The shadows are amazing.
Oh, it's so good.
And then the big fat dude in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, this
Scary.
yeah, who was that?
Yeah, so
yeah.
I'd had another friend who had played this, and their only sort of negative was that sometimes the perspective gets a little weird.
Right.
And so because it is a platformer and you're trying to make certain jumps and things like that, it can be a little tricky. And while a lot of the time it doesn't really matter because you're not under that time crunch,
Right.
sometimes you are, and that can get a little bit frustrating, but it's not bad.
Yeah,
really.
GameSpot at the time said it was the best thing they saw at Gamescom, which is huge because Gamescom is a big conference.
Oh yeah.
So that's a pretty big deal.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah, PC Gamer 78 out of 100. The horror game. This is a horror game that genuinely has new things to show you.
Yes.
Eurogamer has Polygon gave it an 8.5 out of 10. Yeah, that's the one that you had said, the Polygon one.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, worked its way into my dreams because it's just bright enough and just safe enough. Yeah.
Yeah, I made the tragic mistake of playing it before bed. I mean, it was like, okay, like everything's fine. Like this is pretend, this is a game, and everything's fine.
You know,
I'm sure.
Can we just?
I'm just gonna make sure this closet door is all the way closed, though.
Can we just tangent for a second? So, PC Gamer, word for word,
Mm-hmm.
this is a horror game that generally has new things to show you. Like I said,
Yes.
Polygon, we read that one too. Now this is Eurogamer's review. Now you know it's Europe, so I think it's funny the difference in the wording. Little Nightmares is a potent contribution to the thriving game, the thriving genre of philosophical platformers, a startlingly odious horror game, and an almost mocking subversion of their previous projects. Like, that is kind of
an interesting thing to look at.
Well, no, I'm just saying I like the contrast of like, you know, they're not an American review company, so they don't put simple words in their reviews.
This game's scary.
Right. Me scared.
Yeah, no, it is kind of cool. Like, because whereas like Little Big Planet was like looked really gritty, but was not, you know, was not that bad. You know?
All right. We communicate with the chat. I gotta read it. JF says, "God damn it, Eurogamer. You're very flexible to put that much of your dick in your own mouth." So I saw it and I thought it looked cool. And then when you had told me that it was by the same crew that did Little Big Planet, like I was sold. And Little Big Planet is amazing. I still got to go back. I picked up Little Big Planet 4 a while back, or 3, whichever one came out for PS4. Because they're so great. And it's one of those games. Because now, okay, so this obviously came out on PC, so they're obviously out from under Sony's thumb at this point.
Yes, this one is
Bandai.
It was published by Bandai. So which is one of those really great things for indie developers when they can get published by.
Yeah, because it allows them to put more focus and more money into the development, which is
exactly.
Great. So Yeah, no, I would love to see them. I mean, I'm excited to play this for sure. But
Yes.
what I can think of, thinking of Little Big Planet, now that they're out from under Sony's thumb and this game is obviously a success, I would love to see something that has the similar gameplay and style, but focuses on the customization of Little Big Planet. Because if they put something like that on Steam with the Steam Workshop, the mods for a game like that would be amazing.
Yeah, that would be incredible.
But no,
But yeah, this one is.
So there's no. Because one of the things about Little Big Planet that made it so wonderful was its charm.
Mm-hmm.
You had Stephen Fry narrating. Like, there was a lot of things to love about Little Big Planet. This game obviously has none of that.
It has a different charm, really.
Right.
Like, because everything is still kind of cute. Like,
Cute,
even
but
though
deadly.
like these like horrible long-armed creatures are coming after you, like there's still something really endearing about all of it.
So what are the dudes with the little dunce caps on?
So there are these little gnomes that appear here and there,
Okay, those are the
and
gnomes,
sometimes they help the story along, like because they'll run from one place to another and you follow them.
Right.
And then when they stop, you catch them and hug them, and you get achievements for catching all of them in every level.
Okay.
So that's a part of it. But we don't know exactly what they are. You know what I mean? Other than they are like almost like garden gnomes. They'll scare the hell out of you sometimes, though. Because, you'll be going along expecting something, and they kind of like dash by, and you're like, what was it? What was it? Oh, sorry. Sorry, everything's fine. Yeah. So there's like one part that I got stuck on for a little bit was because like you're climbing up on these shelves above this long-armed creature, and he'll just like reach up every now and then if he hears something. So you have to like throw things in the other direction so that you can run past him.
Right.
Oh, they're super creepy.
No, it looks really good.
It's so good. I fall to my death a lot.
Is that a thing?
That's the other thing too. So your only light source is a lighter. And while a lot of the rooms do have their own lighting, some of them don't. So you only have that like little circle of light.
Well, that was where I was saying like the shadows are just amazing.
Oh, it's incredible.
And like the videos that I'm seeing, like the little clips here, and it's like just like the flicker of the light, like.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of it's really important too. Like there's a few, there's a lot of eye motif in this, and there's a spotlight, and you'll have to follow things. The world also tilts back and forth.
Okay.
I don't know why, but it does. So things will slide. So like there's a part where you are trying to stay out of the beam of light, and you have to basically follow this thing that slides across the floor because the room has tilted. So you have to time it so that you're chasing after it. And but you're just this little girl with no shoes.
Did you get to the part where you're climbing the bookcase?
I did.
That looks creepy.
Oh, it's so creepy. And like
there's a trailer you can watch on Steam called The 9 Deaths of Six.
Yeah. And there's part of it where you just try to not look too closely.
Right.
Because none of the puzzles, it's not like a clicky puzzle kind of game. You know what I mean? Like where you're trying to because you very rarely use objects. And like if you do, you're not taking them far. Like it's all pretty contained room by room.
Right.
But if you so you're trying not to look too hard at stuff, but
so did we eventually find out did you complete the main story?
Not entirely, no.
Okay,
not yet.
Do we kind of find out who 6 is or who these big
No. So I went back and I read the story just so I would know what was going on, and you do not find out the story.
Okay.
Other than that, it's a little girl and she's got to get out.
Right.
And that's it.
I mean, I assume the premise is she's dreaming or having a nightmare.
I don't know. I mean, that's the idea. That's what it says, but
right. Yeah, no, I can see how. I'm watching this other full-length trailer here, and jumping from platform to platform as they're like things are falling underneath your feet.
Yep.
Like I can certainly see how like visual perspective would be tough.
Yeah. I mean, after we played Cuphead, this is a piece of cake, but
Right. Oh yeah. I like how the catchphrase for the game is "play with your childhood fears."
mhm,
Yeah.
that's true. Like, I mean, and it does really play on that. Like, there's
And
a
it's
lot of
made on the
stuff
Unreal
that's-
Engine, which is cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of
that
stuff that's
explains
like,
the lighting because Unreal Engine's amazing.
yeah, you know, it's the monster under the bed or the thing in the
Right.
closet or, you know, the doll that comes to life. Like, it's that kind of stuff.
No,
And a lot of
it's
stuff moves really slowly,
right.
which is even creepier than when it moves fast. So,
No, I agree. Yeah, I mean it's rare that just screenshots in a trailer can make things just look entertainingly creepy.
yeah,
So no, it looks like they nailed it.
yeah. So, regular price is $20. It's absolutely worth it. I have no doubt that it will go on sale for the holiday sale, but it is still like it is easily a $20 game.
Right.
And then it's $30 for the complete edition, which has, I don't know if Steam just hasn't updated their listing yet.
If you click on the $10 expansion pack itself, The Secrets of the Maw, the about this content, it is revealed the Hideaway, which is the November content.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's not in the complete edition.
Is the
or is it?
does let's see here.
No, it doesn't look like.
It says no. Yeah, it says the special edition is the game and expansion pass. It includes the Little Nightmares and the Secrets of the Maw expansion pass. And
Okay, so I do have that.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. So the Secrets of the Maw expansion pass gives you all. I mean, it's basically their season pass.
Yeah.
So, but from what it sounds like, it's a large. I mean, even at 30, it's a large amount of content for $30.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's solid. Highly
So it looks
recommend
like
it.
the expansion pass might get stuff. Or yeah, you know what it is? I think the expansion pass gets it early.
Oh, that's cool.
Because yeah, so the depths can be bought standalone right now for $4, but
Yep.
you cannot buy the Hideaway yet. But according to this, the Hideaway is available. I mean, it's showing it on the like it still has January's hidden.
Right.
This infographic is not nearly large enough to read it. The kid. It says the kid has escaped the frying pan and is now in the fires of the engine room.
Right. So you do encounter other children as you're going through.
Yeah, because
So I think that the DLC is like some of these kids. Like you do at one point, like you're in a cage and you have to like you get out and you have to slide a cage under something so that you can jump up. And there is absolutely a child in that cage.
yeah, it says others lead the escape, but the kid drops down to the depths of the maw. Little does he know that the murky place is home to the granny.
Oh.
So, yeah, no, I'm excited. I'll probably wait and pick it up on a winter sale.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No reason not to,
It,
but-
it definitely looks. In a game like this, you know, full controller support.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
which
it's
is-
great with a controller. It's very
It's definitely a platformer.
intuitive. Yep, absolutely.
But no, it looks good.
Yeah.
It looks good. We have a pretty active and full chat room tonight. Do we want to give a game away?
Yeah, you want to give a game away?
Let's give a game away.
All right. Let's give a game away.
Once my folder wants to open. Let's see
Perfect.
here. Indie games. I know you're here. Indie case files, game keys.
All right.
All right, let's give away. What do we got here? No, I moved you. Let's go there.
No, don't move me.
Too many.
need me.
I'm clicking too many things around.
Hmm.
Oh, what do we want to give away? Let's give away. We gave away Happy Room last time, right?
Yes.
Let's give away this one. This is a Halloweeny looking game, I think. Let me look it up really quick.
Oh my goodness.
It sounds like it's a Halloween game, but I just want to make sure. Yes, Halloween. This is the Halloween edition. So
Ooh.
this is Huntsman the Orphanage.
Ooh.
So it's a $10 game, developed and published by Shadow Shifters.
Ooh.
So let's do. Where are you? Let's see here. Boom, boom, boom. Raffle item. Huntsman. Keyword hunt. All right. This is my first time trying it this way, so we're going to try it.
Oh boy. What could go wrong?
All right. There we go. So if you want a chance to win a copy of Huntsman the Orphanage, type !hunt into the chat room. We will give away a copy. It's a free Steam game, people.
So yeah.
Well, so far it looks like Toolis is the guaranteed winner.
There you go.
Come on, Chris. Come on, JF.
We know you're out there.
You're there. You're in chat. Going once. Going twice.
Sold. Just sold.
Boom. Toolis. Congratulations.
Hooray.
Can I send you a... I don't have time for more games. Fair enough. So let's do... Doop, doop, doop.
It went away again.
Boom, boom. Boom. All right, Toolis, you should have gotten a message from my personal Twitch account, including the Steam key for the game.
There you go. Dang.
Congratulations. Let me delete it off the list here. There we go. Yeah, I have a whole bunch of game keys. So watch the show live, people. Yeah. So no, big there. So yeah, Crypt of the Necrodancer. Like I said, check it out. It's not worth $15. Wait for it to be on sale. And then Little Nightmares. So worth it, but if you can wait.
Yeah, I would.
Very cool.
I would. It's absolutely worth it. If you want it right now, $20, you will get $20 out of this game. But who doesn't love a sale?
Right, for sure. Yeah, so really quick, just because, again, like we talked about on the top of the show, it's kind of a big month for games in general. So along with indie games, if you do like your AAA titles as well, Destiny 2 on PC is really solid if you're a fan of that genre. Or you were a fan of the first one and whatnot, I would highly recommend checking it out. A bunch of friends of ours, mutual friends of ours, me and Tony Sandoval have been playing it. Hugo's playing it with us. Brandon's playing, so there's a pretty big crew on there. The new Call of Duty World War II. It's a bring back to old school war stuff. It's really solid. Runs really smooth on PC, and a couple of friends say it runs great on console as well. People are happy to get away from the futuristic crap. And yeah, and then we got Battlefront 2 coming in like a week and a half, which looks really good. And apparently they fixed the pay to win loot box system that everyone was whining about.
Oh,
so
good.
yeah, so they might have pulled the game out of its nosedive before it came out, which is good because that usually doesn't happen till it's too late.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a big time for gaming. There's a lot of major games coming out or that have come out within the past month. It's a great time to be a gamer. As long as you don't buy them all, then you run out of time. But yeah, do we have any potential idea as to what our next game should be?
We do not, but we should mention, so next week would normally be our next episode because this episode was supposed to be last week.
Right.
However, I am going out of town. So we're going to, our next episode will be on the 27th. I have no idea what we're going to
Do you
play.
want to mention where you're going in case there are any listeners in the
I'm
area?
going to go PAX Unplugged. Come on and see me. I'm running 2 seminars on Friday. I will be working at the Battleground Games and Hobbies booth over in the tabletop side, not on the show floor. So please come visit, buy things, hang out. It'd be a good time. I mean, if you want to buy me a drink, I'm not going to say no. Is pretty much how that works out. So come on by. I'll be dealing with an entirely different kind of indie gamer. The non-tabletop, the non-electronic kind.
Cool.
So yeah.
We had Brandon and I had talked about it because there's that, and then obviously Justin Robert Young is going to be there talking about his stuff as well.
In my booth.
In your booth.
And
And then he's doing a live version of Politics X3, which is cool, but it's like a 6.5 hour drive, and
it's very far.
it is.
I'm actually staying in New Jersey, which is like not okay. It's apparently just over the bridge, but it's New Jersey. I just have like a thing.
Yeah, no. And you can say hi to Joey.
Yeah, I could.
Don't worry, he doesn't listen to the show.
No.
Yeah, so really we're only going to be skipping a week. Like it's going to be 2
Right.
weeks, but it would be an off week anyway.
Exactly.
So we will be returning the Monday after Thanksgiving.
Yes. Yes, we will.
So I guess just follow the Twitter account or the Facebook page, and we'll kind of come up with something and plan it out there.
Yeah. Yeah, sounds like a
Does that
plan.
work? Cool. All right.
If anybody has anything they really desperately want us to play, by all means,
Right.
let us know.
I really want to dive into Stardew Valley, but I don't want to dive into it during the holiday season because that is a game that requires time. So and I do have a copy of it to give away as well. So I was
Be prepared because we're buying a lot of dumb games on the Christmas sale.
yes,
Just be
there
ready.
will be a lot of crap. So
Yeah, garbage.
I'm also gonna try and aim for some games. You see a lot of them sometimes. Games that are all about the co-op and they come in like a 4-pack.
Yes.
Because then you can buy a 4-pack for typically pretty cheap, especially if it's on sale, and that gives us games to give away too.
Yes, it does.
So, no, lots of giveaways, lots of games, lots of shows. Once we get through the holiday season, things will be back to square one, and
yes,
we get to start 2018. Yay. They just keep flying by, don't they?
they do.
Happy Thanksgiving to all the people, all of our American listeners that celebrate Thanksgiving in like 2 weeks.
And happy belated Thanksgiving to our Canadian listeners, JF. It's only a month late. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Happy belated Thanksgiving to Canada. Happy bloated Thanksgiving to America. Or for those of you like me who don't really care about Thanksgiving, happy Black Friday. Get some good sales. I know you hate Black Friday. I know.
I hate Black Friday.
I know. But yeah, get some good sales. Xbox One X comes out in like an hour and a half on the East Coast. So
Oh boy.
there'll be a lot of Xbox games on sale for Black Friday. I'm sure the Switch will have some deals. So again, Black Friday, it's a big gamer day too, because you get all your extra crap. Monitors, PC components. Black Friday it's a holiday, and it's a
That is
holiday.
true. I am going to upgrade pretty hard come Black Friday.
See,
so.
I think if we could remove the retail element of it and just make it like an online thing,
then I'd be all for it. By all
Right.
means, if you need to shop on Thanksgiving, do it online. That's fine. I'm fine with that. Robots will handle it.
just let people be with their families,
Yes,
or or have the holiday from work and play video games.
that's also fine. Have the holiday from work and play video games with your family. It's all fine. Everything's fine.
All right, is that gonna do it?
That's it. End the show.
Cool. All right. So thank you everybody for listening. A big thank you as always to our live chat room. Thank you to everyone that downloaded the show in podcast form. And I don't do this that often because I always seem to forget, but a big thank you to anyone who may have listened over at Alpha Geek Radio. And a big thank you to Todd Whitehead, who captures our Twitch stream for us and broadcasts it over there. Todd is awesome. I'm pretty sure he was at BlizzCon this year, so I hope he had a lot of fun. Oh yeah, and yeah, BlizzCon was Sunday too. So you didn't mention it, so I'm gonna mention it for you. Check out Overcast because Amy does another podcast.
Yes, I do another video game podcast.
Right. And
the Overcast.
Coming
with my
out,
good friend at JF Dubo, where we talk about Overwatch and make predictions. And by predictions, we mean we tell Blizzard what they should do when they do it.
and you'll have your BlizzCon. You'll have your BlizzCon review episode coming out fairly soon.
Wednesday. We'll say Wednesday. Wednesday seems reasonable.
Cool. Because there are some things.
I got pretty upset, guys.
Which is funny because, like, if you group us, like me, you, and JF, like of the three of us, you're the only one that didn't like it.
I know.
Some might say you're the unreasonable one.
Oh, nice.
Anyway, yeah. So check out her other podcast. It's good. And I mean, if you listen to our shows here, like at Inked Geek, like you're familiar with JF because he is a Mind of a Geek legend at this point. I think his shows equate to the amount of episode time as everybody else's shows added up. So
that's probably true.
He's been on there a while. He's a little long in the tooth on Mind of a Geek. But yeah, so if you like this show and every other show that's brought to you by Inked Geek Studios, please consider going to patreon.com/IG Studios. As little as $1 a month helps support everything that we do. We are about $10 away from our patron exclusive Google Hangout that will happen once a month once we get there. So if you want to help us get there, that would be awesome. You can hang out with us on Discord once a month and ask us whatever you want, chat. And I don't know. It's up in the air. It's still something that we're throwing together. And it'll be kind of an organic thing that forms on its own, like everything else on the network. It's all kind of organic. It takes a life of its own. None of us have control over it. We just show up.
Mm-hmm.
It works. You can catch this show live every other Monday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time at twitch.tv/InkedGeekStudios. Follow me on Twitter at XCynicX, which is XSYNEKX. Follow Amy on Twitter at Danny Ora, DANIORA. Look, I've got it. Now that I have to say it every other week, I've got it figured out. Yeah, and then the Twitch streams are the same, XCynicX and Danny Ora. So, yeah, stream stuff, watch stuff, play stuff. I don't know, a little bit of everything. Again, happy holidays to everybody, and we will see you guys 3 weeks from tonight.
Mm-hmm.
3 weeks from tonight. Oh yeah, probably show stuff too at Indie Case Files on Twitter. Follow that account, and that's where we'll announce our upcoming games. Again, once we get through the holidays, we'll be better at like putting out a list. For now, it's kind of like fly by the seat of our pants, but we'll get a list going. Cool. I think that's it.
Is that it?
Is that all?
Yes.
All right. Thanks, everybody. You've been listening to an Inked Geek Studios podcast. For this and other great shows, go to inkedgeekstudios.com.